President Trump has said, I didn't lose the election, and is challenging and contesting the results in specific states that he's lost by even in excess of 100,000 votes. He's lost the popular vote by close to 5 million. How do you think it's going to play out?
Well, I think ultimately we will see a transition of power. I think we will see sabotage from Trump and his administration on that transition. I think that sabotage is essentially anti-American. It's anti not just rule of law and process, but in good governance for all of us as American citizens who live here. And that's, I think, because President Trump has fundamentally more approached governance as a reality television show, including the COVID stuff. Like, I have a good feeling it's going to go away. Hey, maybe you can inject bleach, right? Because of course you're not talking to actually medical experts and doctors on this. And I think that's going to be a real problem. And I think it's going to have lasting impact on the divisions in the country, because in fact, we should be saying, hey, we should be coming together. We should be building our way out of the pandemic. Like, that should be like, you could just imagine, the superstars from the Republican side, George W. Bush and other folks kind of going, okay, like, this is actually, in fact, we should be coming together as a country. This is essentially what we should be doing. And I think this refusal to admit it, to treating it like it's a reality television star of Donald Trump is on The Apprentice and refuses to be fired, is simply one more dismissive of the health of American society.
Does this hurt the economy, Reed, and maybe in particular Silicon Valley? And what's the conversation there like?
Well, I think it definitely hurts the economy because people frequently associate business only with free-flowing capital, lower taxes, and lower regulation. And there's lots of things that help actually, in fact, business. Like, for example, a stable society that's predictable, an environment that you can invest in, an accessible use of talent, a healthy and thriving middle class that can buy goods and services. And so, actually, in fact, there's a lot of different approaches that are being pro-business. And this kind of chaos is anti-business. Because now, relative to Silicon Valley, which obviously, we're fortunate that technology is what's driving a lot of the changes in industry in the future. So a lot of Silicon Valley investors and businesses are all benefiting from this. Even in COVID, where we see Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, said it very well in the first 2 months of the pandemic. Said in 2 months we've seen 2 years of digital transformation, where people are using the technologies and adopting them more quickly and more thoroughly because they need to in order to keep business running. So it's been good for all that, but instability is bad for all business, including technology.